First question, Willie. Named honorary captain of the All-Star game. When did you hear about it, and what kind of honor is that for you?
Well, the honor for me is when I played in 22 All-Star games, and people don't forget, and it's a great honor just to be named the captain of All-Star team, even though you have no say in what, playing ability to do that. But I think it's a great honor because I think my first one, this is my second time being the captain of the All-Star game, and I just love to be in the All-Star game because that was one of the special things that I wanted to play in when I played, and I just feel it's a great honor.
Sure. You mentioned that you played in so many All-Star games, and you did so well in so many of the games you played.
Yeah.
Did you take that game more seriously than other players did, or did you just happen to excel in it?
Well, I don't want to fit my playing in other players' mind. I only can feel what I feel about the All-Star game. I felt that I didn't want the American League beating us, and I wanted to play in just about every one, and I did. Started in 1954 on. But sometimes I guess players have different meaning. They want to go home for 3 days. I didn't want to go home for 3 days. I wanted to be in a special game like that, and World Series games and All-Star games were very special to me.
Yeah, I got the sense from watching your career from afar that when the spotlight was at its greatest in an All-Star game, in a World Series, that's when you like to play the most. Is that a fair assessment?
No, I don't think that's right. I think we have spotlights during the regular season too. I think when you do well in a game, people tend to pick that out. I don't think I did any better in an All-Star game than I did in maybe a regular game that if you picked out. Of course, like in the World Series, I made a catch. They made a big deal out of that because it was a World Series game, and sometimes when you make a special thing, they tend to pick that spot out. But I don't think I would say that was a special thing that I went really out to play, all out to play, because I played all out every time I went on the ball field.
I've heard you talk before too about how so much is made of it. And you said even as good a catch as the one off of Wirtz was, maybe that was not the best catch you made in your mind. Is that?
Well, that was the reason for that. That was a World Series games, and that game, that catch made a big difference in the World Series. And in those days, you had to pick a highlight, and they picked that highlight. Even though Dusty Rose was the key to the World Series, and hit a couple of home runs, knocked in about 6-7 runs, and I thought he was the key to the whole series. But that catch, even if I'd have missed the ball, it would score 2 or 3 runs, and that could have been the highlight of it. Yeah.
But was there? I remember there was one catch. Maybe you and Bobby Bonds crashed up against the wall, and you wound up holding the ball. And you said maybe that might have been the best catch that you remember. I
don't like to rate catches. I don't have time to worry about if I catch a ball. The key to it is catching the ball. I have seen guys collide with other guys and still come up with a catch, but I think in 22 years I made a lot of good catches, but it's not for me to pick out. I think it was for the fans to do. Sure. Excuse me.
Excuse me. When you go to the game this weekend and Monday, Tuesday, how much interaction will you have with the players? Do you enjoy seeing the younger guys and imparting some of your baseball wisdom to them?
I think depends on the guy. If you know him, you can play around with him, you can have fun with him. But if you don't know him, it takes a little while. I remember a kid coming from Cleveland, Joe Carter. I knew him. I knew him before he got over here, but I had to get to know the kid through Bobby Bonds. And once I got to know him, we became, pretty good friends. Now every time I see Joe, I can, play around with him. A kid like McGriff, that's probably the first baseman. I don't know him too well. I know Tony. So now what I'll do is I'll go to Tony, and Tony introduce me to McGriff, and that way you get to know all the guys. But most of them I know pretty well, and I'll go there and have fun. The key to that, they know me. See, that I'm way ahead of them because I've played so long, and they know me and know what I'm all about.
Do you have a most distinct or favorite All-Star memory of all the games in which you played?
That's very difficult because I think I won the most valuable player twice I would have to pick the one I played in Cleveland. I wasn't supposed to play. I was kind of hurt. I had a bad leg. I had played in Philadelphia 2 days before that and got hurt. And that was on Sunday. The All-Star game was on Tuesday. Well, Alvin Dock wasn't going to play me, and there's no way that I'm going to the All-Star game and not play. So I don't know how I got through that, but I stole 2 bases, knocked in a run, got 2 for 3, made a couple of catches. So I have to pick that particular game that I felt that was very special to me because I might not have even been in the lineup. You know?
Sure.